Goodbye, Summer. Hello, Autumn. Written and illustrated by Kennard Pack. Read with permission from Scholastic. Hello, late summer morning. Hello, trees. Hello. Now that the cool winds have come, we love how our branches sway in the sun. Hello, playful foxes and singing blue jays. Hello. We are busy looking for food. Some of us are headed south to our winter homes. Hello, walking stick and butterflies. Hello. We're surprised you saw us. We try our best to blend in, and we'll do the same in warmer places. Hello, beavers. Hello, chipmunks. Hello. We have no time to play because we're making cozy nests and dens. It will be cold soon, and we want to get ready. Hello, flowers. Hello. We are leaning into the sun, enjoying the last summer rays. Some of us, like asters and phlox, are late bloomers. We make the end of the season even more colorful. Hello, thunder. Hello. You can hear my low rumble from far away. My clouds loom over the open fields and quiet hills. Hello, breezy wind. Hello. I love to whoosh, drizzle and leaves through the misty streets. Hello, chill in the air. Hello. It's time to bring out your thick sweaters and scarves. Hello, puddle. Hello. Now that the wind has come, I often get covered with fallen leaves. Hello, leaves. Hello. We are changing our colors. Some of us turn red or brown, while others turn gold or yellow. The dogwood leaves turn purple. Hello, big orange sun. Hello. I am setting earlier and earlier now that the summer is coming to an end. But I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye, summer. Hello, autumn.
I love this book, Goodbye Summer, Hello Autumn, and the way they describe how the seasons change from one to another. The pictures and illustrations in this are beautiful, as are the very descriptive words. So today we're going to make a project called Folk Art Trees. It's very fun, really easy. Remind yourself of the elements of drawing. You might even have your own poster if you did that video with us. There are straight lines, curved lines, and angle lines, and these will all be used in our project today. So you'll need a page from your paint pad, a watercolor paint pad. You'll need your watercolors, of course, and a brush, and a cup of clean water. You'll need your Sharpie marker. You'll need some scissors. And then if you want to practice some of the shapes and lines that we're going to use in these trees, you may want to grab a pencil and a piece of copy paper for practicing. The first step to this folk art tree project is to cut your watercolor paper in half. So you're welcome to do this on a full sheet of paper if you'd like to, but I really like the way these look on a half sheet, and then you can do two of them if you want to. So I have folded that, matched the corners and the edges, and now I'm going to cut this out very carefully along the fold. Ask a grown-up to help you with the folding if you need help. then we're going to get the paint on the paper for these trees so that it will dry before we draw the shapes of the branches and the trunks on there. So I've got my watercolors all ready to go here. I've got a cup of water. I have a paper towel just in case I spill or I need to dab something. And I'm going to do 4 trees. If you look outside, you'll notice that trees are all shaped differently. Some of them are oblong, some of them are round, some of them are long and skinny. So take a good look at some trees, either in a book or a magazine or outside your window before you get started. Remember, you can stop this video anytime you need to catch up or to give yourself a little bit more time to work on each step. So I'm just going to get my watercolor brush wet, and I'm going to wake up the green. And I'm actually just going to do a green tree because I know that not all trees change color during autumn. So here we go. I'm just going to make kind of a long, skinny shape on my paper. Fill that in. And remember, you can load your brush up with more water or more paint. If you want your tree to look darker, you'll need more paint, of course. If you want it to look lighter, you'll need more water. It's kind of how watercolors work. All right, see how simple this is? Just doing a long, skinny shape. Maybe I'll even make it a little bit longer. Add a little bit more paint. Okay, so that's on the left side. Now I'm going to do one over here just to give myself an idea of how much space I have. And I think I'm going to choose an orange tree. If you feel really creative today, you can mix a couple of these colors to come up with a color that would be really interesting. And I'm going to do let's see, I think I'll do like a triangle shaped tree on this side. You'll notice that I'm not touching the edges of my paper because I'm kind of centering these. Ooh, I like this shape. And I like this color. Now, if I wanted to, I could add another color on top of that after I clean my brush off. I could add a little tinge of red just to make it look more interesting. I've seen trees that look like this time of year for sure. Just remember to wash your brush off each time you change to a new color. All right, I've got brown here. Remember, these are folk art. So folk art can be imaginary. I'm gonna see if I can do a really round tree here and then maybe a long skinny one here. So I'm gonna do a round one here in brown. I don't love this color, but maybe I'll add some yellow to it. But I do like that shape. Lots of round trees out there. Some people cut their trees to make them look like the shape they want them to, so they'll trim them. They call that pruning. Okay, let's get that done. And then I'm going to actually add a little bit of yellow in there and see what happens. Are there blue trees out there at this time of year in autumn? Probably not, but would it be okay to do a blue tree? Absolutely. Would it be okay to do a purple tree? Sure. So I think I will. I'm going to start with purple. And maybe I'll add a little bit of blue to it. And I want that tree to fit right in here. So I'm just going to make a shape that I think fits in here. Let's see. There you go. Now, I have seen fall leaves that have purple in them. I might add some red to this. See if I can get this pretty wet and dark. And then I'm washing my brush off, and I'm just going to drop some red in there. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I like that. Now, this is all that's necessary for the first part. Looks like I've got a little... Remember, watercolor is water soluble, so I'm going to take my paper towel, get it a little bit wet, and I can just run right over that and then dry it, and that's okay. I kind of like the way that's drippy. All right, so that's my first one. I'm going to let that dry, And right now we're going to practice what some of these stems or branches and trunks look like. So grab your practice sheet, just a clean sheet of paper. Set this piece aside to dry. And let's just do some practicing. Let's look at some examples of some line art trees. This is from a how to draw book, actually. You'll notice that some of these lines are just straight. There's lots and lots of lines put together. Some are very curvy. We talked about that on our elements of drawing poster. Some are curving down and some are curving up. Some are just straight lines straight across. I really like the way this looks. I think I'm going to do that on one of my trees. And some actually look like the branches and limbs and trunks of a real tree. This one's kind of messy, which I like. This one looks more like an evergreen. So if you've got a long skinny piece like I do, maybe you want to do something that looks like this. So here's another sheet of examples. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to practice some of these and decide which ones I really like. And those will be the ones that I use on my watercolor. So I'm just going to practice, and I'm going to use a marker because I want you to be able to see, but you can use a pencil if you want to. Let's see. They all need that straight line down, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, right? And I'm going to try that one with just the straight lines, and I noticed that they all get bigger as they go down. They don't have to be perfectly straight either, because nothing in nature is perfect. And if I want that trunk to be a little bit thicker, I can just make another line. Remember, these are just imaginary designs. Let's see, I think I'll do one here that looks more like a regular tree. Maybe I'll do some branches that's coming out. So try out a few of these. Stop the video and practice. Decide which ones you like. Which ones will you use on your watercolor? And I will leave these up so that you can see them and get some other ideas. Okay, I've been practicing for a while now. I've got a couple of more ideas that I might put down here, but I'm really liking this one with the thicker trunk. I'm really liking this messy one, which is new to me. I've never tried one of those. This is fun. So if you want to circle the ones that you know that you're going to use while you're waiting for your watercolor to dry, that's great. Or just keep this as a reference. So put this aside, and when your watercolor is dry, we'll continue to the next step. Okay, my watercolor is finally dry. I actually did another one while I was waiting for that one to dry, just in case I wanted to make 2 of these paintings. So I'm going to use my practice sheet to get some ideas of how to fill in some of these trees. Just going to set it right near and maybe decide which one I enjoyed doing most, which one would fit these shapes the best. So let's see, what was I thinking about this green one? I think I was thinking something like, I'm going to turn this actually sideways. It's okay to actually turn your paper. You want that trunk to go below your paint line, of course, because this would be where all the foliage or the leaves and branches and limbs are. And then I think I'm just going to do these straight lines, these diagonal lines down on this one. Kind of makes it look like an evergreen. I like the way this looks. I might even make them a little bit thicker at the end. And each tree looks different. When you're all finished, you have this kind of wonderful imaginary forest piece of art. Okay, let's do the next one. I'm going to choose something different. I really liked that messy look, so I'm going to start just below the top of the paint line, come all the way down. Doesn't have to match this one, because of course trees are all different, aren't they? And I'm just going to do these messy lines all over the place until I'm happy with the way that looks. Definitely seeing trees like this. This is super fun. These are straight lines. I think I should do one with curvy lines, since I've got 2 with straight lines. I like this. And remember, the other thing you can do is you can make your trunk fatter at the bottom. So I'm just going to kind of draw a trunk that's wider at the bottom, almost like a triangle shape with some diagonal lines. And I'm going to fill it in to make it really pop out. The thing I like about this project is that the branches and the stems, or the trunks, look like they're floating. It looks like these trees are floating. All right, let's see. I think I'll do something like this. I'll do these double lines here. So go ahead and pick a few designs that you really enjoyed. And then when you're finished, paint another one and try another example of these beautiful folk art trees. I really like the way this came out. So I want to add one more idea for you. These look so beautiful framed or on a background. So if you have some construction paper or any sort of decorative paper at home, you can take a piece and then just frame your folk art trees here. So I'm looking to make sure that I have even lines on the top and on the bottom, right? And you can use a ruler for this too. These look especially beautiful on a black background because of the black marker that you've used. So I'm going to put some glue stick on the back of this. And this is pretty heavy paper, so It needs a fair amount of glue, especially on the edges. And then what you'll want to do is you'll want to stand up and hover like a helicopter that's ready to land, and make sure that you get your paper, your art piece centered exactly where you want it. And then give it a good sweep over the top. This is a really beautiful gift or something to put up during the fall season. And then if it bubbles a little bit, put it under some heavy books. All right, good job. Don't forget to sign your work.